Porter, they shot 67.3 today, including 75 in the first half. I know you can credit them for making some shots, but what were your overall thoughts on your team defense today?
Struggled guarding the dribble. That's it's really struggled guarding the dribble early on. We switch a lot, and that's the number one area where we missed Elijah. Felt it right away because normally I think Jalen Hill, Jordan Gowire, and Elijah are three really good guys at guarding the ball. And then when we switch a lot, it doesn't really matter. Then you take one less out of there, and then when you make a sub, you got 3 or 4 guys that are not good at guarding the dribbler at one time. We've been trying to kind of hide that and rotate guys and always keep, between Elijah, Jalen, and Jordan, like 2 of the 3 on the floor always. But that's where we missed him the most is we couldn't guard the dribbler. And then late when we couldn't guard the dribbler, then it became kicking out for threes, and they made their shots. So really felt it a lot right out of the gate defensively with the lack of depth to be able to switch.
Thank you, Porter. Have a good safe trip home.
Thank you.
Bob Brisbilla with the next question.
How important are these next 2 days to maybe really get a chance to try to figure out what the lineups can look like with EJ not in the mix now?
It's huge. I mean, we're trying, we got the news, and then we got thrust into here. So we got to figure some things out, figure some guys out. Everybody wants opportunities to play. Some guys are now getting opportunities to play. And that's the whole theme of athletics, man, is no matter what sport you are, you can sit there and want minutes. And then when you get minutes, you gotta make them count. Can't count minutes. You got to make them count. And so we're gonna have to figure out. Some guys got some opportunity. We got to get better minutes in our depth than we got today. But we'll figure some things out. I thought we started both halves the right way. I thought we came out. We took a lead. I think, and then, but then we got down 15 at half. Then came the second half. We cut it to 5. The first 10 minutes, we cut it to 5. Played 10 minutes of really good basketball, and then you start getting some rotations. You start doing some things, and man, it went from 5 to 15 really fast. And we got to focus on those first 10 minutes, second half. I thought we did some really good things. Again, we went right to Jalen again. But we got to your question, Bob. We got a couple of days. We got to figure some things out. Look at some new things and some new ideas because we really struggled guarding the ball today with Ethan not in that mix with some other guys.
Appreciate it, Porter.
EJ, Elijah, not Ethan.
We'll go Jesse Crittenden with the next question.
Porter, I appreciate your time. You kind of just touched on this, but I mean, what were the differences you saw between the way you started that second half and the way you guys kind of ended that? And how frustrating was that to see you guys battle, to make that a close game only for them to pull away in that late in the second half?
We really were challenging the starters and to get us out of the gate. We wanted them to call the first timeout. We wanted to win the first 4 minutes. And we did that. They had to call a timeout, and we were hyped in our huddle. They called the first timeout instead of waiting for the media. Then we wanted to win the next 4 minutes. We did that. We came down. We cut it again. So, I mean, we were really challenging them just to guard harder. And, then you can really just start tell when you start to get certain lineups in there. We're just not good at guarding the ball and switching. And I thought they really went downhill. And then when they went downhill and we were trying to plug the gaps, they hit shots. And it just kind of snowballed. I thought we were having purposeful possessions. I thought we were having some really good purposeful possessions. We posted Ethan coming out of some timeouts. We got an out of bounds play after a timeout. And we were doing some really good things. We were turning some defense into offense. We had 2 or 3 steals that turned into offense. We created offense from a defense. We talked about that. So you can just really tell when the depth, when it starts going, and when guys need to come out, it really starts to go downhill defensively.
Appreciate it, Porter.
James Hale.
Coach, it was interesting in this game. You had a situation where, again, Moja has been inconsistent for you lately. You didn't get anything out of him in the first half today. What's going on with him, you think, and what you got going on with him right now?
Well, I think they're just almost face guarding him. They're not hardly letting him get a catch. And, I thought Jordan was able to go downhill because there was nobody plugging. I mean, but it's tough. He's got to, they're just sometimes not guarding anybody. They're just, almost like the high school boxing one, but they're just really being physical, putting a big guard on him and not letting him catch. He'll fight through it. He scored on big guards, small guards. He'll fight through it. He just can't let it affect the rest of his game defensively. That's the thing with him is if he's going to play 33 minutes, you got to get some rebounds in there. You got to get, he did have 3 assists, but it's and he's valuable on other areas. But that's what I think's happening, James, is that, I think they just keying in on him, almost like worrying, no help, just lock in on him.
Thanks, Coach.
Ryan Chapman.
Hey, Coach, building depth with your bench has been a theme you've kind of talked about all year long. EJ goes down. You touched on earlier the drop-off. What can you do with this few games left, like at this point in the season, to help find those solutions for you guys as you head into the home stretch of the regular season?
Well, I'm going to be looking at a lot of different things, Ryan, to be honest with you. We plug Jacob in there, and I think every time Jacob's jumping to the starting lineup, I think he's been ready to step up and take more minutes. When he was at West Virginia and Auburn, I thought he gave us more things. So I thought Jacob, he was one guy. There's 4 or 5 guys that are going to get opportunities to play more. Jacob was one of them. I thought Jacob made his minutes count. One of his strengths isn't switching and guarding, as well as some of the younger guys. But I thought Jacobs gave us some productivity. I think he had you start looking at, positive, negative. He gave us a bunch of positives. I thought he made his, and we just got to get some other guys to do it too. You can't be in this league and not have a couple guys off the bench. You got to be deep. And we talked about that. Remember I talked like a couple months ago, I was like, man, we got to develop 6 through 10. And we got to keep trying to do that. I'm going to look at some different things schematically that I can do. So I'm going to brainstorm with that to not put us in those positions again. So trust me, I'll be all over trying to figure some answers out, what we can do here by next game.
For more information, you can visit tulsaworld.com.